What's going on, YouTube? This is Clayton over at AndroidAuthority.com, and today I've got a ROM review for you. We're going to be checking out the Liquid Smooth version 1.35. Now, this is a milestone release for them. They've done a lot of changes with a lot of great new features added. So without further ado, let's check out what's going on with this. Right off the bat, you notice that we've got a cool wallpaper packed in the design with the Liquid Smooth ROM. And you've noticed that we have a few different soft key settings down here. I've changed the color of the soft key and I've added a few icons, and I'll get into that in a minute. You can also see that my clock is different. But we'll just go into the settings, and you can see that we have shortcuts to Liquid Control, our usual wireless and network settings. We have our device settings and our personal settings, as well as the Profiles tab and our system settings. I'll click About Phone to show you that we are indeed running 4.0.4 for this ROM. So we're at our stable build, and we'll just go to our Liquid Control. You see we have tweaks for our general user interface, our navigation, lock screens, power menu, power saver functionality, as well as LED options. We have status bar mods right here, and then we have other goodies. So let's check out the general user interface tweaks. So we can disable our boot animation. We can allow 180-degree rotation. We can allow horizontal recents, and we can change the fact that it will make a sound when we capture a screenshot, so that's really nice. We can also tweak our rotation delay and enable volume options. So we'll go to our navigation bar mods now, and this is where the breakthrough things are happening. This is one of the very first ROMs ever to allow you to assign different actions and icons to your soft keys. But before we get into that, we're going to see that you can change the color of the nav bar. We can do that by going to this color slider, and we'll slide it to this for the heck of it, and you see that our nav bar is now green, and that's really cool. You can change the background color as well, and you can change the nav bar glow color, but we'll just go ahead and change the background now. I'll just do something like that for the heck of it, and you see we have a white nav bar now, so that's really cool. Okay, so here's our options of setting how many buttons we want on our nav bar. Now you're going to want to go all the way up to 5 if you want a full nav bar. And for each of these buttons, you can assign the action and the icon, as well as a long press action. So we'll just go to our number 5, where I have the search. And when we click that, you can see that we can change it to a back, home, recent, search, menu, kill app, power, custom app, or blank. Now when you click custom app, you can choose any of your applications installed, or you can choose bookmarks, contacts, direct dial, direct message, Liquid Control, settings shortcut, or a Gmail label. Now we'll go ahead and click an application, and what it does is it puts a soft key outline, sort of a silhouette of the icon. So we'll just choose Gmail, and you can see here that there's now a soft key outline of a Gmail icon. So that's really cool, and when you press it, it goes right to your Gmail. We can also change the width and height of the nav bar area itself. So we'll go back and we will check out our lock screen configurations. We can choose a lock screen wallpaper, the text color, or the style. When we go to the style, we have the option of a slider, a honeycomb style, the stock ice cream sandwich, or a quad or an octo design. Now with the quad and octo, you can choose custom targets. So when you do that, you can either slide it to unlock, sound, phone, camera, messaging, flashlight, custom, or blank. And you can enable fast torch, which is turning on the phone's LED for a light. And you can actually do that by just long pressing the power key. You don't even have to have the screen on. Going back to our power menu. These options are available to tweak what happens when we long press our power button. Now you see right up here that it will display our soft keys, and it displays the various options right here. So we can decide whether or not we want it to show our power saver or our Easter egg or our airplane mode, and I'll make it show our flashlight. But another great feature about the power menu is that you can disable your soft keys and get the full screen Galaxy Nexus going on here. Now to operate, you would just use the soft keys included here. You can go back like that, and then you can enable them once again. We'll go on to our power saver functionality now. And with the power saver, you can choose the screen off action, the data action delay, the sync action, and basically allow the ROM to monitor your syncing and your data to improve battery life. So this is our status bar. As you can see that I have all sorts of different toggles going on here for LTE and fast charge and airplane. And how you would access those are by going into the ROM control and checking out our status bar options. So in general, you can choose the transparency of the status bar as well as the window shade color, and we can choose the date and the date behavior as well as the format for the date, and we can toggle whether or not the liquid control is in the status bar icon as well as the status bar color. And we can choose our toggles that are in the status bar by going to this tab here, and we can choose our enabled toggles, and all of these, any ones that we want, we can assign to the status bar. Next we have our clock mods, which allow us to change the clock style from right to center to none. I have mine centered, and I also have the weekday hidden, but you can make it appear and it says Friday 9:39 a.m. You can also change the color of the clock, and I'll leave it at that. We can do the same with our battery. When going to our battery, we can choose the battery style, whether or not we want it a circle or an icon that's centered, or some icon with text, but I do like the circle. You can also choose the location of the battery and the battery style. You can also fool with the charging animation, but it says bad things could happen, so I'd stay away from that. Next, we have our backup and restore options, where we can back up our liquid control and save our settings, or we can restore a previously backed up liquid control. Another cool feature is the included Franco kernel Milestone 3, which allows us to do in-ROM performance tweak. We can set our maximum CPU settings to up to 1.34 gigahertz, as well as changing our minimum settings. And we have a plethora of governors. We have lazy, hot plug, conservative, on-demand, interactive, and performance governors. Now, we also have options to free memory, and we have color gamma tuning and color multipliers tuning. So now we'll move on to the personal tab, where we can check out our profiles, and we can change all of our different profiles. Now right now we're on default, but we can choose home, night, silent, or work, and the settings of those. So I'll go to the nighttime and choose the settings. Now during the night, you can choose whether or not you want mobile data to be on, Bluetooth, GPS, your normal set. You can choose our volume overrides for alarm, media, ringtone, and notification. And we can choose settings within our application groups. So that's very cool. Now we can also change the settings for application groups here. So that's basically our Liquid Smooth version 1.35 ROM. It has a lot of breakthrough stuff on here, stuff that wasn't normally touched by developers, but the Liquid Smooth team has brought it to life. So I would suggest checking this one out if you guys love to tweak your phone, love to do a lot of stuff with it, and want a fast-running, clean, bug-free ROM. And keep up with AndroidAuthority.com, guys, because you'll get more of this.